Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Here's an example of what is actually a quadratic equation, but this quadratic equation is actually composed of a 2x minus 3, which is a linear function. You'll see some of these problems. There's more than one way to solve, but one convenient thing a lot of mathematicians like to use, and even a lot of math students like to use, is what they call U-substitution. If you recognize that this particular equation is really a quadratic, and instead u equal to the linear component. So all of a sudden, instead of having to square a binomial and do some other messy algebra, you have a trinomial that you just have to factor. Now, of course, you're going to have to go back and remember how to find the factors, especially when you have 2u squared. Now, 2u squared only factors out one way, and that's u and 2u. Now, in the case of 3, I may have to look at various ways, and then I also have to remember that that's a minus plus. Now, upon further review, I'm going to realize that this is not going to add up as I need it. So I can't use those factors. Now, I could try it the other way with a 3 and a 1. And then these terms would multiply to 6u, and these terms would multiply to 1u. Now, when I do this video, I'm assuming that you have some basic factoring skills. There are other avenues you can go to if you're not sure. And like I was also mentioning on another video, I don't actively do the AC method in class. I just prefer to guess and check. And in this particular case, we did get the correct factoring. That leads to u minus 3 equals 0, or 2u plus 1 is 0 by the zero product property. So now we have two equations very similar to what we've done in quadratics, and we could solve for u. U is 3. Now this one takes a little more detail. So in this quadratic situation, either 3 or -1/2 could be answers. So that's the roots of 2u squared minus 5u minus 3. But there's one high problem. One problem. This problem we're doing, it's not about u. It's really about finding x. So now that you know your u values, you actually have to go back, remember what happened here, and then set up two equations for x. So now I have 2x minus 3, or 2x minus 3 is a half. And then I have to solve both equations for x. So you guys can definitely pause it if you need to write things down. But this is what I now have. I now have 2x minus 3 is 3, or 2x minus 3 equals -1/2. And I'm just going to solve them straight up. I know I have to add 3 to 1, and I'm going to get, 0. X is 0. Is it? No. Yep. 2x minus 3 is 3, so no, I did something wrong. Add 3 to 3, that's 6. So I have to check my math. You might do it as well. Just go back and check your answer. Sometimes if your answer just doesn't seem right, you go back and check your work. So x is 3. Now on the other side, there is a fraction involved. A lot of students prefer not to clear fractions, so you might have to get a least common denominator. Now, I have 6 over 2 minus 1 over 2. Since both of them have halves in them, the answer would be 5 halves. So 2x is 5 halves. Then I need to take half of both sides to finish the problem. You'll see this situation a lot. So half of 2x is x, half of 5 halves would leave you fourths. That's a perfectly good way to leave it. Now, those are the two solutions. Now you have to write a solution set. Oh, yeah, that's 5 fourths. I was checking. I got a little worried about the sign. So that's actually the solution set to this problem. Tune in. You'll see plenty more exciting tips on how to get through a lot of tough algebra problems.